Joining us on the broadcast is Avi Katz, a cartoonist from Tel Aviv, to share his perspectives. Just to contextualize this for our viewers, he was at the receiving end of a similar controversy. Avi, that story might sound all too familiar to you. Your cartoon, your caricature also did not go down very well with several members of the Jewish community and resulted in your sacking from the Jerusalem Post. But let's just begin by talking a little bit about the latest caricature and your perspectives on what you make of the decision that's been taken by the New York Times now.
Well, there were several problems with this cartoon. It was a cartoon drawn by a colleague of ours from Portugal and intended for the local Portuguese market. Why it was put in the New York Times, nobody really understands, because the cartoon had nothing to do with what was written on the page. It was in the wrong place, and just somebody picked up a cartoon and slapped it into the column on the paper, and everything went from there. I didn't think it was anti-Semitic at all. I think that the Portuguese audience probably doesn't know very well what Benjamin Netanyahu looks like, and the Star of David is the symbol of the state of Israel. It's on the Israeli flag. And he put the symbol so that people would know who it is without actually writing out in longhand Netanyahu.
Right, and the New York Times now just becomes the latest publication to succumb to that pressure. Do you think it's unfortunate when it comes to the basic tenets of the freedom of the press?
Absolutely. The newspaper is supposed to print not only in words but also in pictures. The newspaper's responsibility is to present many different points of view. Some of them can be outrageous, some of them can be innocuous, sometimes they can be just wrong. If there's an article that says something that's wrong, you apologize for it and take it back. If there's a drawing which something about it was in bad taste, someone might be worried why Mr. Netanyahu looks like a dog in this drawing. Okay, I've seen politicians shown as monkeys and as pigs and as all kinds of animals that might not be so pleasant. Language of symbolism of political cartoons. This cartoon should have been withdrawn. There was no problem with the editors apologizing for it, and should have moved on from there. But to go from there to dismissing cartoonists who've been working for a long time in the Times and never had any complaints, and to decide not to have cartoons at all, well, why have news at all? Why have editorials at all? Cartoons for hundreds of years have been an additional way of discussing the news, less in facts perhaps, articles more in feelings. And of course, their very important function of laughing at the people in power. And people in power always think that they're better than the rest of us, better than ordinary people. And part of the cartoonist's job is to puncture that and to make them see that there is a ridiculous side to them.